Hi folks, just another quick video here that I hope gives everybody some bit of value and helps you get through the day. This one here, my folks, is another little tool and strategy from positive psychology, and it's hugely beneficial, and most people love it. Okay, so again, positive psychology is the science behind happiness, folks, and that's what my speciality is, and it really helps people. We need to learn how to thrive and not just get by in life, but or not to be just fixed from normal psychology. With this psychology is to help people thrive. So if you'd like to learn more about it, give me a shout. But anyway, just look straight into this. I won't hold you up. This is just a metaphor for a sailboat and your life, okay? And just, you can download this. There should be a link below. If there's not, you can contact me anyway, but there should be a link below for it, and you can download it into your own email. So look, it is a tool description. Basically, it is, everything in it is like a sailboat. Is like everything is in your life. So, for instance, the environment the environment you find yourself in life, that would be the water around your sailboat. Okay, so it depends, where you are in your environment, whether you're in college, you're in school, or in the workplace, or just at home. Um, so it's just being looking at it as a playground in life, where you spend most of your time, who you spend it with, how you spend it. Do you, what kind of values you have in it? Are you with sport or whatever it is? And it's just being much more aware of it, much more aware of who you spend time with, and not just going through every day, looking around, and just not even looking around, but just like blending through life and not really noticing exactly what's in your environment. And a lot of people want to change their environment, move to new waters, but a lot of people will find that when they do that, if they don't fix the kind of problems they have in the original environment, it will probably bring them to the next waters they sail into. So that's just a brief one. But there's lots more in the sheet. Okay, guys. So here, yeah, there's a little map of it here. Okay, so that's your the water we're just talking about. So the next thing is your steering wheel. Okay, so that's your needs and values in life. What kind of needs and values? Is like one of your like a psychological need actually, folks, is just to be loved, just to be noticed. But sometimes we can do things to be noticed and to be loved that maybe might necessarily be good for us, and we can do this without even thinking about it. And sometimes it needs to be noticed. We can nearly become somebody we don't want to be just to get noticed, and then we become that person, and we believe we're that person, which it's completely wrong, and which can be changed. And then there's your values in life. Um, your values are, what do you value? Do you value reading? Do you value arts? It's one of these things that is just something intrinsic to you, and it's never really a destiny. It's just always with you. This value. To find out what they are, is your needs and values, or is it to be, security in life, or a little bit of uncertainty? But all these kind of things is to find out what they are. Okay, also I'll move on quickly. There's more again in this. So there's your destination, of course. Your goals, your wishes. What do you want? What specific things do you want in life? If we don't set a destination, we don't get the right, people who write down what their goals in life. The research has shown that they are like, I think 50 to 60% more to achieve those goals, just from simply writing them down. So writing these things down can give us a sense of direction. Because if we're off a few degrees in an airplane, we leave, say, Dublin Airport, and we're heading for Edinburgh, and we're off even the smallest fraction just leaving the airport, when we can end up like maybe in Stockholm, by accident. So it's just so important. The leaks, weaknesses, and knowing, know what your weakness, not knowing what your weaknesses are, but just being aware of them, being aware like of any kind of, where your thoughts go. Maybe you might be having negative we all have thoughts, and we have a negative automatic thoughts, but it's making sure that you're much more aware of those thoughts, and because they're constantly going to have thoughts, so you're constantly going to have leaks. They might be negative thoughts, so you're going to have leaks. But like any boat, you're constantly having to bail the water out and keep an eye on the leak, and it's fine once you keep an eye on it, because if there's a leak and we're holding water, the boat's going to list in the water. The boat's going to list in the water, and there's going to be a lot more drag. So a lot more drag in your life. So we can, feel it like everything is like a bit of a struggle. So, but once we kind of know that we can fix these leaks, quite easily, and just then keep an eye on them. We straighten out the boat and we should sail a lot easier through life. Okay, and then it's just sails. Okay, we need sails to really get the boat moving, and the sails are kind of your strengths. What are your strengths? Because we all know our weaknesses, and we're not really good at talking about our strengths and even what they are, especially our character strengths. The character strengths are something like strength, or sorry, bravery, courage, love of learning, um, curiosity, all these things. And there is a survey brilliant positive psychology survey you can do, which I can show you if you're interested. And that can give you your top 5 strengths, and you can pick them. And you can have your strengths can be great, but if you overplay your strengths, they can also be detrimental in life. So just because too much wind in those sails is going to list that boat over as well. So making sure you know what your strengths are, because again, research has shown that people who work on their strengths compared to working on their weaknesses do a massive amount, more successful in what they are, out to achieve. And your compass, your compass basically. We need a boat needs a compass because that's your kind of internal feelings, your gut feelings. Um, and following those feelings, especially your gut. Now we know the neurons are in your brain, in your gut, and we know those feelings are massively important now. So it's just being much more aware of your feeling, much more aware of, if something is triggering you that's making you feel bad, notice where those triggers are coming from. Because it is usually a trigger. If you feel a negative kind of experience and you're feeling that, there's usually a trigger that sets it off. So really look and being more aware of where those triggers are, and with happiness, because we're not as prone to pay attention to why we're happy much more than we are when we are negative. But when we're happy, look around. Why are you happy in those situations? What's triggering them? What is a trigger for those situations to make you happy and make you feel good? And maybe when you learn them, you can start bringing those triggers into other parts of your life where you don't feel that kind of feeling. So that's your compass. Your weather is uncontrollable circumstances. That's it, folks. We don't know what's around the corner. We only really can control in the next, let's be honest, 20, 15 minutes. After that, it's really, so this is your life, sitting here, listen to me right this few minutes. This is really your life right now, not yesterday or tomorrow. This is it. So the decisions we make right now is really what our life is going, going to go, the way it's going to go. So it's building resilience, folks. It's knowing resilience, because crap stuff's going to come, folks. Good stuff's going to come. Like we all want a bit of uncertainty in life. We all want a bit of a risk in life, but once it's the good stuff, But like, what happens is when the bad stuff might come, we might start doing avoid. There could be a bad bill comes in. You just avoid paying it or avoid talking to a debtor, just to break it down. Or you can just avoid going out if it's you got apparently you apparently got insulted at work and you start avoiding going to a certain meeting when you might have read it wrong. There's all sorts of things, right? So these are coping with that's the weather. So it's always going to be no matter what. So if you move to new water thinking everything is going to be great without clearing everything else up, there's going to be storms in the new waters as well. There'll be different types of storms, but they'll be there. And other boats, and just be very careful who you're hanging around with. Other boats, who's in your environment, who's making you sad, who's making you happy, who's encouraging you, and just being more aware of people who are if you're looking to make a change. People don't like seeing change in other people, and they might say things that you might help down that road. But you gotta just be much more aware of people. They're not doing it really to drag you back. It's more about them than you. Okay, so it's just being much more aware of who you listen to, what they're saying, and take it with a pinch of salt. Okay, because you can't control what other people say or do. Only you control is your own thoughts and what you make of it. So if you've made your plan to move on, you move on, and just be much more aware of the boats around, and try and circle yourself around with people who you find are encouraging you. Okay. And that's it. And there's loads in it now. A nice little thing, and it's a nice little thing to have with you. You can just go through it anytime you want. So look, as I said, the link should be below. Hope this little message and video was helpful. Because I like it, writing, blogs and stuff. I like doing the videos now. So hopefully it was helpful. And have a good day. I'll be putting more out, so just keep an eye for them, and maybe drop them, whatever, a comment, or and I just look some feedback. Thank you. And I'm on the 10-minute mark, so I'm gonna go. All right, guys, take care.